Hey, this is Ralph, and in this video I want to continue on with that Dreamweaver exam, midterm exam solution. Let's see, where we left off, I just created this unordered list. It has 3 list items, and each list item is a hyperlink to a particular page. I've got the turtle.html, salamander.html, and pelican.html, and I want to finish in making this look more like an unordered list. Now, something I haven't done yet, but it is mentioned up here in one of the directions, is all 3 pages use the same style sheet, which I'm going to be working on for layout and colors, and a reset rule, and I have reset rule in bold. So I'm going to go ahead and create a reset rule here. So I'm going to create a new rule, and I'll choose the compound category. I'll just simply type in my asterisk, click OK, and for the reset rule, we're doing a very simple reset rule. Box, 0 pixels of padding, 0 pixels of margin, click OK. That sets everything to 0. And the CSS reset rule, I'm going to take it over here and I'm going to drag it up to the top so it's the first rule in my CSS file. And now I'm going to work a little bit more on this unordered list. I'm going to go ahead and select any of my anchors, the anchors within my list items within my unordered list. And I'm going to create a new rule for that. And I mentioned here in the directions, let's see, the left column contains an unordered list menu. Each hyperlink is a block, and I have block in bold as a clue. Each hyperlink is a block that changes background color on hover. Fantastic. Okay, by the way, my unordered list is already set to 90% wide. Now I'm going to be manipulating the anchors within my list items. I'll go ahead and click OK. And I'm going to head over to block category, and I'm going to display as block elements. Anchors are inline elements, but I want them to display as block elements. And then I'll head over to the box category. I don't really need to set their widths, but I will set their heights. How about 35 pixels? Let's see how that looks. All right, I can handle that. I'm going to give them a little bit of margin bottom too. How about a margin bottom of about 5 pixels? Just to give them a little bit of spacing so we can see that. And so that they really stand out, let's see, I started them off with white here. I'll go to the background, and I'll give them a white background color. Click OK. There we go. So there's takes care of that. Oh, let's go back in there too. A couple more things I mentioned. I see in one of the other parts of the directions. The link text in the menu has no underlined and is centered within the buttons. Okay. So let me just head back over here. These are for my anchor tags. Text decoration none. That'll get rid of that. Okay, head over to the block category, text align center. I can center the text within the block. Anchors are now block elements. That gets them centered there. And if you wanted to go this extra route, if you want to kind of make them look like they're centered vertically, we can do that too. Let's just head over to type, line height, and I'm going to do 35 pixels. Click OK. There we go. So now I've got that menu kind of set up. They need to change color on hover. Okay, no problem. I'm going to create a new rule. In fact, I can just really select any of these anchor tags here. I'm going to go ahead and create a new CSS rule, but I want to do a pseudo class. So I'll do a:hover. Just type that in by hand. Click OK. And background color, I will change my background color to, I'll change mine to a blue. And then I'll change the font color to something else here. How about white on the font color? Click OK. Takes care of that. And to see how it looks, I could just check it out in the browser. I'll just press my F12 key. And here it is so far. So there's my site coming along. Got the navigation menu part of the assignment taken care of. So things are looking pretty good there. So next order of business is, and it's really getting close to being done, is I think I'm going to go ahead and put my pictures in. And my pictures, you can see here in the directions, bring those directions back up. All 3 of my web pages are going to have a big picture of an animal. I didn't really care what picture you got, just go out there and find a picture. And the pictures are ultimately going to be controlled by a class. I have over here, all images are controlled by the same class. That'll control the image to be 90% wide with a medium black border and top and bottom margins. I don't tell you the number, just kind of use your visual aid here. But the images will be 90% wide, which means the images will resize automatically, therefore expand and contract based on the browser width. So I just have to go get some images. Now in class you are allowed just to go out to the web and find any pictures in order to use for this. For mine though, I went over to Stock Exchange Basically, it's a place where you can get some graphics for various uses. And I found 3 photos that were all under royalty-free license. So basically, that means you can, whenever an image is royalty-free, you have to look at the specifics on it to kind of see how it can be used. But I wanted to find some images that can be used in digital formats for websites, promotional materials and things like that. So you just kind of look at the rules and see how you can and can't use the image, since you just can't go out on the web and find any image you want and use it, especially if it's a business. Then there's pretty strict rules. But I've got these 3 images, and I saved them over to my folder, so now I just have to put them into my website. Now I've only got 1 web page here, even though I'm going to ultimately need 3, but I'm really close to this being done. So I'm just going to go ahead and select where I have this placeholder text in my main column. And I know it looks like it's gone. I just deleted the text, not the actual div. And I'm going to insert an image. Okay, so I'll insert my image. And let's see, I'm working on my turtle page, so I need my turtle picture. There it is. I'll give it some alternate text. Turtle. Click OK. And there we go. So it looks a little bit messy at first, but we're going to clean this up. Now, all 3 images need to be controlled by the same class, which I have yet to create. So let me go ahead and take care of that. I'm going to create a new rule, new CSS rule, and I'll just make up a class. There's a class category, and I'll just put in as my class name, how about big image. Click OK. And on the directions, I see that it's supposed to have some particular characteristics. The image is 90% wide and has a medium black border and some top and bottom margin. Okay? So no problem. I'll head over to the box category, and for width, 90% wide. Then I'll head over to border. I'll do a solid medium black border, and it also has some margin. So let me go back to the box category, and I'll do some top margin of about 15 pixels and bottom margin of about 15 pixels, just as top and bottom margin there on the directions, and click OK. Now the rule exists, but I haven't applied the class to this particular photo. So I click once on the photo to make sure it's active, and I look down at my property inspector. I see that the width and height are set automatically. I'm going to delete those though, because I don't want to set the width and the height with the HTML. Instead, I'm going to go to the right side of my properties panel, and I'm going to apply my new class, big image. There we go. So now I can see that image is going to be a little bit smaller here. It's 90% wide if it's parent, okay? And it's got a medium. It's got a medium black border on it, okay? So that takes care of part of it there. Now I start to see that I am getting some issues. Okay, so notice it's starting to float down here. So a normal thing when you see this happen, when you're doing this basic 2-column layout or 3-column layout, I want to set a margin left on my main column that's at least as big as the width of my left column. Okay, so let me head over to my main column, head over to the box category, and for margin, I'm going to do a margin left of 180 pixels because my left column is 180 pixels in width. And I'll just click OK, and now we can start to see things coming together. There we go. My image doesn't look like it's centered, but I can fix that too. An image is simply treated like text. It's an inline element. So I can go to my main column again. There we go. And I can head over to the block category, text align center, treat the image like text, and now the image looks like it's centered. Things are looking great. So there is my sea turtle page, and now I just have to go and change this out to my pelican and my salamander page. So I'm going to go ahead and take care of that right now. There's my turtle page. Let me just do a Control S to save. And I'm going to do File. Ooh, actually I forgot there's one more thing to do on here. I forgot it's in the directions even though you can't see it. Okay, because I realized after I created the directions for the website I forgot to challenge your ability to position something. So place your full name in a paragraph and position it in the bottom portion of the left column on all pages, not pictured. Okay, so let me take care of that. So yeah, I can just head over to, here we go, this is my my left column here. Okay, and I'm just going to go ahead and create a paragraph. Actually, I could do really anything here. What if I create a little heading 2? Okay, and I'll just type out my name. Okay, and it's really can't see it because it's inside of there. So, and remember, I've got that menu. So things are looking a little bit messy at first, so let me try it this way. I'm going to head over to my code view, and where did I type in my name? Oh, maybe I wasn't in the right spot. So there, I've got some pre-format text. Let me just go ahead and delete that. Okay, and I can be inside of, or after my unordered list, but I want to be inside of that left column. Okay, and I can do a paragraph, a heading 2. I'll go the heading 2 route. Type my name in there. Probably not the best use of a heading 2, but oh well, so be it. So now I've got that heading 2. Let's check this out in design view for a moment. So there it is. But I said I wanted it positioned near the bottom of that menu. So whenever you're positioned, you're going to position absolute, but we're going to do that inside of a relatively positioned container. So I'll go to my left column, and I will position it. So I'll head over to the positioning category, and I'll do position relative. You'll not notice any difference there. And now I'm going to create a new rule for my heading 2. Okay, so new rule. The heading 2 within my left column. I will position this absolute, and I'll position it, actually I want to go bottom and left, so I'll do about 2 pixels from the bottom and 2 pixels from the left. Click OK, and that's where it's going to be. I know it doesn't look like it there, but you always got to check things out in the browser here. So let's bring this over for a moment. Size this a little bit better. There we go. So now my name is at the bottom there. By the way, in the browser you can see kind of that image is resizing along with that's a 90% width image. So now things are going much better. Okay, let me just do one quick check over the directions, see how things are looking. I think they're going pretty well. Got the header, main column, left column. Got the different colors. The left column is 180 wide. Okay, the link text has menu, no underline in the center with the buttons. That's looking good there. Let's see. All 3 pages use the same style sheet. Take care of that in a second. They have a reset rule. Container is 80% wide, centered horizontally on the page. Navigation menu is 90% wide, centered within the left column. Header, got that taken care of. All images are controlled. That's going to happen soon enough here. All right, things are going pretty well. We're almost finished up. So I've got this sea turtle page all taken care of, and I need to have, of course, salamander and pelican. So there's my turtle page. I'll simply click File, Save As. Call this one salamander.html. And then I'm going to do another file. Actually, let me just go ahead and make some fixes here. Salamander. Okay. And now I have to change my picture out. Easy enough to do. I'll just click once on the picture, and I can see currently it's turtle.jpg. If you know the file name, you can just type it in, or I could browse for it. I'll just type this one in. Salamander. There it is. There's my salamander picture, and it's already got the same class, so that's convenient. All right, let me just do a Control S to save. I'll do File, Save As, and I'm going to call this one Pelican. Save. Okay, change my text up here. Pelican. Click on my image, and this time I'll use the little browse folder, and I'll change it out with the pelican picture. There's a pelican picture. It already has the appropriate class on it. There it is, my big image class. I think things are going pretty well. Let me just do a File, Save All. Okay, let's bring this over here so we can test it out. I'll refresh. There's my sea turtle. There's the salamander. There's the pelican. Got the navigation menu going. Got everything in there as it's supposed to be. So that's the exam, or at least the hands-on portion of it. Okay, take care.